Okay, good job.
Does anybody, any questions for Dave at this point? He will take those.
They probably have most of Miguel.
Yeah, but if anybody had a question here at the end.
Sure.
Just if he said that he was considering having someone travel with him, is that something you guys are going to help him find? Or?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. I think in the process, I mean, somebody that we need to be comfortable with as well. Miguel has to be comfortable, but we need to be comfortable with the person too, yes. We'll help him find it.
The question that we'll have back at the community, Dave, is how long before this might occur again? I know there's no way to ever guarantee anything 100% or assure it 100%, but where do you feel now versus, let's say, where you were a year ago at this point with him?
Well, I think in fact, I'm sure he's committed to making, to helping himself. This has been a very thorough process with some outstanding doctors that have been involved. And I know he's totally committed to that, as are his representatives. And usually you start at the same place, is that you have to be in a spot where you're committed to making it work. We're going to help him however we can. And I've said all along that anytime you're involved with situations where alcohol's involved, it's a daily battle for an individual. But I know he's committed to doing what's necessary. And I think, I'm not at liberty to discuss the program, but I've seen the program, and it's a very thorough program, and I think it'll help him a great deal.
Why was it decided that an inpatient program is unnecessary?
I cannot answer that question. That was the recommendation was made by the doctors.
Dave, something good can always come of something bad. Do you look at this as the kind of event that can change Miguel's life in some sort of meaningful way?
I think so, and I hope so. I mean, he's really. It's a shame. I mean, when you have problems. I mean, and of course, when you're in his position, there's a lot of things that are positive that come along when you have his ability, but you're also under the spotlight. And I think it's a situation where he's a quality person. He has a good heart. He's very supportive of his teammates. He's great with kids. Loves his family. And so there's so many good things. And of course, when something like this happens, it's under the spot, which is understandable, and I don't question that. But I think it's a situation where hopefully we can put these type of things behind him, and all those other things will shine forward.
Dave, you pay him a lot of money, and he's disappointed you. At any time in this process, have you been angry at him?
No, I can't say I've been angry at him. I think he's been committed to making this work from our original incident at the end of 2009. So I think really every step of the way he's, again, having been involved with this with people, I've seen where mistakes happen. And when you talk to people that are far more experts than me, they often say it's not just one time that people go through the process, that there's much more than that, and they get very educated, they do a lot, and it's not unusual, and hopefully this will be the only time it happens, but I can't guarantee it, but I know he's committed to making it happen, as we are in Major League Baseball and the Players Association.
Dave, I know Miguel said he was ready to play when Jim Leland said he was ready to play, but who decides when he's ready to play? Is that your decision, Jim's decision?
Jim will decide when he wants to put him in the unit. Oh, he's cleared to participate fully. I mean, he's cleared to be in our workout, and so he's cleared to play anytime Jim wants to put his name in the lineup. So it'll be up to him. He's been working out. I know that he's continued to work out afterwards. I don't know how much he's been swinging the bat, but it usually doesn't take him too long to get into that. So it'll be Jim's decision when he wants to do that.
How important, how bolstered did you feel to have Major League Baseball involved in this second review of his situation?
Well, I mean, first of all, the first scenario, it wasn't a Tiger doctor, it was an independent doctor that was involved with it. And even if you had a doctor that was involved with our employee assistance program, they're out to care for the player. But I think it was important because I think it's great to have everybody involved and on the same page and have their assessment. And if they're committed, they're being proactive and putting together a program from both sides, from the Players Association and the Commissioner's Office. So I think it's very good. I'm glad that they were involved. And again, the program itself, we had no involvement in putting it together. We were asked in some cases, would we support what was being done, and yes, we would. But we'll be involved in helping it work on a day in, day out basis. But I'm glad that they were involved. I think they were very helpful, and I think they'll continue to be very helpful.
Are you glad that car went no farther than it did?
Well, I don't know that I can really get into that situation at this point.
So in addition,
But anytime problem manifests itself, it will most likely have manifested itself at some point.
Okay.
So we're better off that this was approached at this time.
so in addition to helping him find someone who can be with him, are there other things that you guys are going to do in addition, differently
Yes.
than you did before?
Yes, and I'm not at liberty to discuss them, but yes.
Dave, what would you like to say to the Tiger fans about how they should look at Miguel right now?
Well, I hope that I hope that they see how sincere he is, and that he acknowledges he has a problem, and that he is committed to fixing it, making it work. And I hope that they have an open mind to that. He wants to show them, and so I hope that they have an open mind in that regard. And I think that most of the time, our fans, when they have seen a commitment from individuals that are trying to help themselves, that they've been a very forgiving group.
Dave, Miguel indicated that he has no desire to get behind the wheel of a car or anything, if somebody's going to drive him around. But do you know if legally he can do that? If he changes his mind, can he drive now?
Yes, he can.
He can. So there's nothing illegal that...
At least for this point, and my understanding of the situation is that he still has a certificate in the state of Florida. That's how that works, that they give him a certificate in which he can drive under. He does not have his license, but he has a certificate. But my understanding is, because they have told me if you see him driving, it's not that he cannot drive, it's that he's choosing not to at this point.
Dave, you said that Miguel had acknowledged his problem. He didn't acknowledge it in this setting. By entering the program, is that acknowledgement, or is there something?
I think I deal with very complicated situations, and one that probably doctors better define than Miguel or myself. I think he acknowledges he has a problem that he is committed to. He acknowledges he's willing to fix it, and he has a problem. So he is committed to doing that. How you want to term that is probably better phrased by doctors, and probably it's probably one of those things that it has to be doctors that have knowledge of the particular situation, and you're probably not going to get them to comment on it because it's very confidential. But he acknowledges he has a problem, but maybe not you were looking for exact description. I think he feels more comfortable having somebody else do that.
Dave, does baseball have a policy on alcohol abuse, or if something were to happen again, is there a suspension or anything like that? What is the policy of Major League Baseball?
I can't say that they have a 100% policy. I think it's more on an individual basis on this.
He was serious the last time it happened, and you said you believed he was sincere last time. Is he at all different this time, you think?
No, I think he's very committed, sincere. I think that at this point, the last time when he finally spoke about it was quite a long time afterwards. We publicly spoke about it after he left town, so he had a long time to deal with his treatment. Right now, it's just happened. So I think that he's more in a position where he's still over that part where he's kicking himself that it happened. He did that immediately afterwards, but before he addressed people at Tiger Fest the time before, it was a long time. Now you're just a week away from what took place, and I could tell that he's still kicking himself more so than anything else, and he is disappointed in himself, as he has expressed, that he feels he let people down. But I think the same commitment is there.
Good?
We appreciate it.
Okay.
Thank you.
Great.
Thanks, Dave.
Okay.
Thank you, everyone.